Hi, Jocelyn Peterson here again for Body and Root, and obviously always brought here from Amona. I do want you guys to always make sure that you have medical clearance before doing any of these exercises. I do always choose things that I believe people want to progress to, so it helps you do workouts later, and also you can come back to any of these at any time. You do need some equipment for this workout, so we need a mini band, lacrosse ball. You could even use your dog's tennis ball, and then some sort of band that has handles. I've also used those long bands that don't have handles, and you can just tie a knot and shut the door into it. All right, so for this first one, we are using the lacrosse ball. You're going to put that right behind your trap right here. And we're just doing little motions side to side. Be gentle. This one's really easy to be able to dig into, especially if you go on the ground. So use the wall so you aren't putting too much pressure on. Awesome. We're gonna just do the other side. Here, I'll go on this side so you guys can see. So I'm putting it right behind that trap. Oh, this one's a little bit tighter. And again, I'm putting light pressure on. If I wanted to, I could lean into it more. And you can even go up and down. I'm just moving about an inch, going side to side. Ooh, and then if you feel a spot that feels like it's a knot, you can always move that arm around up and down. Okay. Leave that guy on the ground. We'll come back to it. I promise we're going to be doing 2 rounds. So now let's warm the shoulders up. Going arm circles. I started with the shoulder rolls and adding arm circles. Good. Now let's go other direction, starting with the shoulders, then moving the rest of your arm into it. Perfect. All right, so for that band, I'm gonna go ahead and set this up high. And then what I want you to focus on is arms are straight, you're hinging your hips and pulling down. And for this one, you can use a heavier band, again, depending on where you are at in your journey. Notice I'm keeping tension in this band the entire time. My back is straight. Everything's nice and aligned, just a hinge in your hip. We should be feeling this right in your lats. Okay, perfect. All right. So this one's definitely a step up from last week. We're going to be going into push-up position. You can also do this elevated, so like on a desk, on a chair. I'm extending my upper back and then sinking back into that push-up position. Extending all the way, sinking back into push-up. And if this week feels too difficult, I'd do last week's workout again. All right, go on to your knees. Okay, so this one I'm gonna lower. So it's about, honestly, hip height would have been a little bit better, but it's totally fine. And because I'm using a light band, I'm going to step away from the frame a little bit and then pull in. So I'm doing internal rotation. Good. Super short with this one. I'm gonna have to face the other way, but you guys can see the back. I'm actually pushing my hand into my finger and then I'm internally rotating. And we're not doing these very long because this is using your chest muscles, so I wanted to make sure that if you just got clearance to work out, it can feel weird when you start to engage your chest. All right, so we are going external rotation. We did this last week too. Pin those elbows in, head nice and tall, extending, coming back, but not losing tension. Good. And if you want to do that internal rotation a little bit longer, I have you doing it about 20 seconds, so not super long, but for a reason. but you can always extend time or repeat multiple rounds of any of these exercises. This is more just for a guide. Awesome. Okay, so for this one, again, using that mini band, or if you have one of those nice long TheraBands, like I said earlier. So what we're doing now is we're walking our hands up. Notice I'm at an angle each time. It sounds like I'm stomping, but actually it just burns. Good, so I'm trying to keep my arms in 2 lanes. Moving one hand at a time, and then keeping forearms in contact with the wall. Whew, I'm burned. Okay, we're back to the beginning. So, grab your ball. I'm gonna start with this side this time. All right, and then if you want to, you can get into it a little bit more, or maybe even choose a new spot. I'm gonna go a little lower down because your trap takes up, it goes all the way down to here. So it's a very long muscle. It's not, everyone always thinks it's just right here, but I'm a little closer to the spine now. Whew. Awesome. Okay, let's go other side. I'm just gonna go to the other wall. And you can always let it kind of drop a little bit, or you can bring it from behind. And I'm going a little bit lower this time. So I'm gonna let it fall. And then walk away from the wall. Ooh, yeah, that feels really good. So I'm along the spine. Make sure you have your hair out of the way. And I'm just moving about an inch. Oh, so good. I could do that for a long time. Feels really good. Okay, so we're gonna go arm circles again. This time let's go, make sure you're at 90 degrees. Good, moving a little bit quicker this time. Starting with small circles, going into bigger circles. I'm moving forward. Okay, let's go other way. Start with small. And go to big. Awesome. All right, going into our lat activation. So hinging the hips and pull down. Maybe even pause for a moment as you're down. Feel your lats engage, and then about 2 seconds back, pull down quick, couple seconds back. And you'll notice this thing hanging right here. That's actually, if I'm traveling, I can just stick it in a door, which is really nice. It kind of acts like if I had a knot in the band. Good, couple more. And one more. Good, come out of that. All right, we're going into that plank position and doing push-up plus. Again, you can modify this by doing it elevated, meaning just on a higher surface. Good, extending, sinking down, extending, sinking. A little bit of a core exercise too. All right, relax. Okay, so we're bringing this down. Mine's a little low, but it works just fine. Okay, so hand is behind, and then I'm internally rotating and then relaxing. Honestly, kind of interesting, but if you look at this actual implant, notice it gets pushed out to the side and then it comes back. That's because I'm using my chest. And it's just what happens when you have under the muscle. All right, so we're gonna go other side. Pull in, and again, you can always challenge yourself more by stepping away. Good, just making sure that you're upright the whole time. We're not, hunching while we're doing this. Slow back, 1 second down, and slow back. Okay, back to your favorite one. Roll the shoulders back, extending, slow back. You can even make this a little pumpy. Good. Nice and slow back, quick out, slow back. Ooh, that one burns so much after doing that internal. Again, string from the top of the head. We're almost done. It's so good for you. All right. Oh, we need this again. All right, last one. Here we go. Walking up the wall. This one also burns after doing the external rotation. Going at an angle, keeping those arms in their own lane. Very good, guys. Woo, burns. Keep the tension on the band the whole time. Oh. Okay, you guys did great. Again, I have light bands. You don't actually need to have any fancy equipment for this, but just in case you wanted to know which ones I have, this is a rad ball. They have a bunch of different levels. They have like harder ones, softer ones, and this is brazen. They also have, you can notice they say the different levels on the bands, which is nice. You can also find these on Amazon, but I do like to always just tell people which ones I have. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next week.